Okay, so this is a tutorial on how to beat Dino 8 in under 30 seconds. Firstly, I'm just going to run through the level very quickly to show off what you're going to do, and then we'll explain everything bit by bit so you can also perform it yourself. At the end, I'll also show some very quick strats that you can maybe implement if you want to get better at the game as well. So that was Dino 8 completed in roughly a 26:97. I didn't use the fastest strats there either, so it's pretty simple. I think the world record's like a 24 or 23 right now. So it's definitely possible to like do some strats to save some time, but I think those are the safest strats you could probably be using in runs. So let's break down everything you just need to do so. The first thing you want to do before you can move, you just want to turn the camera to face that egg on the right. That's pretty straightforward.
Let's go!
And then we're going to have to mash through a text box. That's fine. And then correct your camera. So when you get this egg, just dash to the right and then dash forward at the edge to land on the slide. You don't want to land directly at the bottom of the slide because something like this could happen. Okay, also make sure not to mistime that because that's just oof if that happens. So dash up off. We don't want something like this to happen, where like you're trying to time an A press, and you press it too early, because if you egg bounce on that slide, you lose all your speed and you can't make the jump. I want to highlight that because that happened in my world record. So yeah, land, like, I'd say like down here is like the best, and then roll through these boxes like so. And now we want to land over these boxes. Do not break the boxes, we cannot perform the clip without them. We're now going to perform what is known as the ledge clip, the corner clip. I don't know what the consistent name is, but essentially, you see this nail between Bantam's feet? You see that when I fall off the ledge, like my right hand goes to that nail as opposed to like Bantam's head or center of the body. So every time we grab a ledge, we're getting offset to the left. And as you can see, the more I'm doing this, the closer to the wall I'm getting, until eventually I'm out of bounds and I die. That's basically how corner clipping works. You get offset to the left, and then if there's a wall there, the wall gets ignored and you know, your body just gets pushed through. And you know, and if you're out of bounds far enough, you get kept out of bounds. If you're slightly out of bounds, then sometimes you get pushed back in bounds. It's usually what happens. Depends on how thick the wall is. This one is actually very thin, so we can do it very well. This does not work on the right, so if I like tried it here, as you can see, I'm getting further away from the wall until I'm off the box, essentially. Oh, looks like we're going around the box. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so also what you need to know about ledge grabbing is that you can tap up to get up, or you can tap A. Tapping A is much faster, the get up animation is much faster. So make sure you're tapping A when you're doing that, because it'll save you a few frames. So now we'll talk about the setup that I showed off in the video. This is known as the RGB strat, or Royal Groovy Box. Christian is actually in chat right now, the inventor of this strat. So essentially when you roll over here, you want to tuck yourself in this corner. And as you see, like I jumped and I grabbed the ledge. But as you can see right now, nothing's happening. So to do that, you need to like hold right. And as you can see, when I hold right and do it, I get up. But that was not enough to put me out of bounds. That's because I gave it quite a hard tap. You need to give it like a very slight tap, like that. Even then that was too hard. The best way to see if you've got it, should be if Bantam's hand is touching that nail. Which it is right there. And now I'm out of bounds. You can even like give it like the littlest tap ever, and you may die. I'm going to try and get it just to prove that it's actually, you know, it's something you can do. But I feel like getting the slightest tap possible is really difficult. So if you die to trying to do that trick, then you're probably like very, very nervous on like doing the tap there. You know, if you do too hard a tap, it's not the end of the world because at least you're not dead. So jump, tap right, you should be on top of the box. I like to have my camera like this, and I like to jump down left from this point. You need to jump and hold that direction at the same time, otherwise you're likely to die because you have very little ground to stand on when out of bounds. You then want to grab this egg and come into this blue hoop, egg bounce into it. And then you just want to dash through these trees and then egg bounce around this gate like so. And then dash jump at the end, roll past the emblem, turn around and grab the emblem. That's basically everything you need to know about Dino 8's main route. I'm actually just going to end this recording quick and start a fresh one. And we're going to explain some other strats that you can do right now. If you're struggling to get this strat here, where you get on top of the box out of bounds, then that's fine. We have other strats to get out of bounds. They're still consistent. So what I like to do is I like to stand on top of the box. You see there's a nail between Bantam's feet. When you see the nail between the feet, just walk off, get up with the A button, and then you'll fall off the box and now you're out of bounds. Jump down left, and you're in the room. Okay, so I'm just basically going to show off how hard this jump can actually be. You basically have like no ground to stand on when you're out of bounds. Like literally, I tried to turn around there and then jump, but of course it gives you like no time to do so. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so the fastest way to do the gate skip is to dash, then dash cancel and jump around this gate like so. This jump is very tight and I would not really recommend doing it in runs because it's very easy to mess up. This was actually the third attempt at doing it until I actually got it. I'll try and show off like me failing it, like on accident. But right now, now I'm trying to fail it, I just can't. It's quite easy, you just gotta make sure you're not like touching the gate. Okay, yeah, you can do something like that. I mean, the best thing you try and do is like roll onto the platform to mitigate the damage, I guess. Or like something like that where like your egg gets on and Bantam's just not on. That stuff can just happen to you easily with this jump. That's why I don't recommend it really. Okay, so if you don't want to do the box clip route, then that's fine. We'll show off the alternative route. The old route, I should say. This is the old route. So you want to jump like that. Jump across the gap like so. Come to this peanut snug. Line yourself up. Make sure you roll into hoops if you can, because it is faster. Yeah, you won't get a sub 30 doing this route, but you can get a 35 if you're good. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to dash jump off the right of the slide as opposed to going through the boxes. This will give you a better line to jump on that platform where we did that long jump across the lava lake, essentially. That jump is a bit tricky though, so if you can't get a jump through the boxes, it's not the end of the world. Then we've got to jump across the lava lake. This jump is very tight. You need to dash jump straight so you don't lose any speed, and you also need to jump off the edges as well, which is quite difficult to time when under pressure. So it should look like that. If you can't get it, I'll show off a safer route as well. So now we're going to do peanut jump. This is very difficult to explain. So the reason why it's called peanut jump is you'll see right here, I'm going to like edit this video out a little bit so you can actually see the peanut. There's a peanut in front of Bantam, or like two little smudge I'm standing on right now. It looks like a peanut. Essentially what we do is we get the shadow of the bottom of the shadow of the egg and we cover most of the peanut up. You'll see there's like a little dark smudge at the bottom of it. Essentially if we're covering that, we are too far away from the tree. Having like the smudge excluded allows us to have the right distance. So this is actually the right distance. Then once we got the spot that we need, we're essentially just going to egg bounce down, and as soon as we egg bounce down, we're going to hold forward so that we basically head into the tree with the entire time. And then once we hit the tree, we're going to hold towards that platform to the right, and then we're going to egg bounce once we see the shadows over it. This is the quickest way to get up on this platform. Also make sure that, yeah, you roll in here just to get into there. You can just egg bounce in if you want to be safe, but rolling is just a little bit faster. So if you're, I should have said this in the main part, so this has actually been cut in. Yeah, peanut jump is actually quite difficult to like understand at first, but it's a lot of trial and error. So what I would recommend is just like playing with yourself and seeing what works, what doesn't work. Like if I tried it from here, you can see I get a lot of speed forward but no height. So that means I was too far forward because I went over the spot I needed to go. if I try it like here, then what you're going to find is that I'm going to hit the front of the tree and go nowhere. That's because I was too far back. So you got to like try and find that middle ground, and once you get a spot like this, you'll get a lovely peanut bounce like so. If you're struggling with getting across the lava lake, then don't worry about that. You can egg bounce up here, and it's a lot safer. You can do the jump a lot safer, essentially. It's a couple seconds slower, but, you know, sometimes it's best just to sacrifice a couple seconds just to do it fast. Additionally, if you can't get peanut jump, then there's this really slow strat that still gets you a decent time, I guess. You want to come over here, and start egg bouncing on this shrub like so. And you want to dash jump towards this... Sorry, not dash jump. You want to egg bounce towards this tree, and when you're over the tree, just hold A. And you'll get over the wall. And then you just gotta jump around this gate. I like to dash jump. Though, just be know that the upcoming jump is a lot harder. Because your egg's a lot bigger to get around the gate. So what I like to do is I like to egg bounce and then roll against the wall. There's an invisible wall here, so don't worry about that. And then just dash jump over to the end. You can get probably like a 45 with the boost strat that I did there. So I guess that's okay if you're beginning. But I would recommend doing peanut jump if you don't want to do the ledge clip. And ultimately I'd recommend doing the ledge clip because it's a lot faster. Okay, so thank you for watching this tutorial. I want to apologise firstly because this was going to be like this really well edited, put together tutorial with a script and everything. But honestly, I'm finding it super stressful just to do all the editing, that it would just take too long for the tutorial to come out. So I'm just going to do it like a live recording. Of course, like do it in segments and then edit things out. That's how I did this one. Hopefully I taught you everything you need to know. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comments. Also, make sure to like this video, share it, subscribe, just so people can find this tutorial easier. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Cairo. Also, I forget this every time, join the Discord. I'll put the link in the description. And if you get any sick times, just upload it to like the IL leaderboards. You need video evidence, of course. But yeah, I've been Cairo, and thank you for watching.